Portatree is the leader in drag race practice trees, test tracks, and simulators. Check out portatree.com today.
Bishop, the 1997 Pontiac Firebird, and Buckingham, the 1995 Camaro. Bishop, the precision brake. So Rich Schaefer is heading down to the staging lanes. When he gets to the back of the lanes will be closed. If there's stick shifts knocked up, then you need to be in the lanes now. Lanes will be closing momentarily. We're not going to wait. Be here or be somewhere else. So Larry Buckingham and Tim Bishop. The Bishop fully staged. Now Buckingham rolling ever closer to the race field inside the ranks now. The winner of this one will have a bye into the final, and this one is going to be a dandy. Tom Gillum, the 1970 Camaro with 350 in it. The plant engineer from Lafayette, Indiana. He is on the race field inside. And Tony Hernandez from Denver, Colorado, the 1965 Corvette with 327 four-speed combination. The parts, permit. Spectacular driving out there for that team. And I believe that might be Rosie down there losing her mind. Well done. Matt Welker and Philip Casey Miles come up. Philip Casey Miles and Matt Welker running an E-Star. Is home to Tom Russell. So the two Ohioans meeting up here in a pair of Chevrolets. Difference in the reaction times. We have seen the slower guys doing what they need to do to win. It's a pretty amazing thing when you can rise to the occasion here when you know you got one shot. Superior G-Stock is coming. Latke, the 1966 Novo with 327. Beeler, the 1967 Camaro, also with a 327. Two of the lower horsepower cars, and this is It's going to be nearly closed the deal here at Indy back in 1998. He is or was at the time, or has been, a K-Stock national record holder. Tommy Turner going to wind that little 302 skyward, let the clutch pedal out, and see if he can shift his way to a victory here in K-Stock. Couldn't do it. Bill Simpson, another whole shot class win. Three cars in the F-Stock category. So Davidson and Welfel will be running to see who's going to run against Walter in the final. Davidson from Kilmer, Texas. Welfel from Nashville, Tennessee. It is the 1966 Nova in black on the race Gilman side and the 1969 Camaro in white. The Chevrolet side, 350 and change for Davidson and the 69 Camaro, 327. Catches Mike Welfel. That is confidence in your tune-up right there. Welfel, various things that drivers and teams do. Some teams do and some teams don't. Just set that car up. It was 10.83.0, 86 C10 of Paul Wong with Roslyn. Could not make it, so Paul Wong is a competition single in the P-Stock final. This 1986 C10 Chevy. It's a very interesting piece of the identical truck in high school, actually. We'll find out who's more aggressive. We'll look at that 60-foot number and see who's got traction and who is spinning the tire when they leave. Brian Rogers is pre-stage. John Duzak yet to turn on the top bulb. Now Duzak goes in. High winding, small bore, short stroke V8. Here we go. That will be a trophy run, I'm being told by Mike English when we get to that next pair. All right, Sheila, let's see what you got. She's pre-staged. Camaro Z28 and Ken Vaughn, a 1996 Corvette. Another great thing about stock Eliminator class is you see matchups like this. Two cars that are completely on the opposite end of the technological and age spectrum, and here we are locked in to go side by side. Will it be the tried and true 67 Camaro? Corvette. What a drag race. This is where we have cars in a single category. This is a final for this big combo. It's a handicap style start, but the first car to the finish line gets the win. How about a 283 4-speed 66 Bel Air and a 140 cubic inch 4-speed 76 Pinto wagon? Ellis Booth. Mike English says chick bag. Did you drove that thing in 76 minutes? Track, it's gonna be the Chevrolet. Separation from 1966 Belvedere with a 426 Chevy, the elephant motor under the hood, and of course the clutch pedal and the shifter handle between the seats. Caleb McFarland, a 2001 Pontiac Firebird that looks like the space shuttle sitting next to a 66 Belvedere. LS1 power for Caleb McFarland. McFarland has won class twice at the U.S. Nationals. He has to get around the fearsome hard-charging Belvedere of McCormick in order to get to a final round where he would meet up with a first-generation Camaro if he gets that far. Ohio, the automotive consultant, Barry's Chevrolet Buick, the sponsor on the 68 Camaro that is tattooed with all kinds of cool old stickers on their rear quarter. Lots of racing in that car stuff. So Brett McFarland is eliminated on the red light. Joe Martins goes 11.26.6. Four cars here, the late model style Pontiac GPOs with the Mopar thrown in to mix it up. TC Morris and Jimmy Hidalgo get ready to do what they do in stock Eliminator. Hidalgo, the number 5 finisher in the world in 2015. Having a nice season for himself this year. has been more than a second under, as so many of our stock winning races have been so far this weekend. And this is a long, drawn-out staging process. Morris goes in and Lopez just ready to follow. Now, Virginia, the 1971 Mustang, that 385 Series 429 cubic inch big block, powering the heavy sports room Mustang operation. Mr. 1970 Camaro man, has been on the pits to find out. Marvin, the founder of Quick Fuel Technology, the carburetor company, so he is a guru when it comes to the fuel mixers. 71 Camaro with flames on it for Marvin. F-Stock. This is F-Stock right now. 346 cubic inch engine, of course, has LS1. It might be. The F-Stock automatic 73 dozen. A lot of Mopars in F-Stock. So the Mopar fans out there gritting their teeth, getting ready to see if this very well. Chevy spin block, completely different combinations. Moves on to the next round, 1095, 2 at 107, 392 cubic inch, Jet 3 Hemi. He calls it the High Country Hemi. He is from Telluride, Colorado. 8 cars in B-Stock automatic this weekend. Bob Moran, the 1969 Camaro with a 396 under the hood on the race going on the roadside. The small bore Chevrolet big block, Billy Bob. Gave Jerry Zimmerman some inspiration or hope. It's one thing to come, he's never seen the lack in his horsepower or the ability to leave the starting line like a flash. Bossier Engineering, the sponsor for Slate Cummings. Tewksbury, Massachusetts, zone Jimmy Boudreau here on the B-Stock automatic is moved now with Kyle Ratcliffe in LA. Tim, Texas for Ratcliffe and J.L. Sherman. Jason will not be, to my understanding, competing in the actual Eliminator for stock this weekend. He wanted to drive the car yesterday, drive the car in class today. Wheelie from Rochester, Illinois. Bierman and Brett Cummings. Bierman, 1968 Pontiac Firebird, 400 cubic inch engine, and Brett Cummings, 2000 Corvette with the LS1. Both cars idling away. They're classic. 400. Last year, she picked up a win in Phoenix this year, very early on. Not surprisingly, or actually, ironically, I should say, she took that win in lane next. The racetrack, it is going to be Jarrett's. Jerry Hatch from Buick, Maine. Renegade Racing. Desperately trying to hold on, and he does. The thing he wants right now is a win light to move on to the next round of D-Stock out of that. Easier said than done. 396 turbo 400, 12 bolt in the back. Bulletproof combination from the factory and designed in the late 1960s. Big block to making it go power for the Corvette. All the remaining stock cars in the stage place, please. That's powered by a 340 cubic inch. The International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers is sponsored. The pink 1970 Cuda. This is a 440 car. Those of you who understand mechanic go, oh, wait a second, that's an AAR Cuda. It's painted to be a tribute to an AAR Cuda. But it is a big block car. Of course, the AARs were all small blocks, celebrating the damn dirty All-American Racers team that was leading the charge for the short time that the E-bodies were campaigned in the Trans Am Road Racing Series in the early 1970s. For there are 6 cars competing in A-Stock out of that here today. Chris Cheney and Larry Gilbert, 2 of them. 427 Camaro. The Thunderbolts, of course, among the first of the factories who are I don't even know what to say. You need to find yourself on the Grace Gilman side of the pits. Find this car, look at it. It will have a crowd around it. Bucky Hestra, his dad, standing behind him. Truly a masterpiece on four wheels. This is a single four-barrel Hemi combination in this car. So a 426 Hemi with a single four-barrel on it. Scott Gold, a 427 Chevrolet. Again, this is a 427 Chevrolet. Fuel-injected engine under the hood of the 1991 Corvette, C4 back. Right now the C4 is kind of the unloved generation of Corvettes out there. The C3s have went through that phase, now they're back to being popular. Jimmy Hidalgo goes 1091.5 to our spacious and beautiful staging lanes for your class eliminations. Factory stockers to the staging lanes, please. The 2-for-1 here, winner of this beer. Parsons and Myers Racing Engine for Tom Rambo is the sponsor from Washington, Ohio. Kyle Rizzoli from San Luis Obispo, California. Gonna handle his big in H-stock automatic. That's Mike. As so appropriately pointed out, that means there will be no single runs made. Thank you, Mike English. Astute. So Marion Stevenson coming off a great win in Superstock up there at Minnesota. Tries to make some hay, quite literally, while the sun shines here in Stock Eliminator. Androvis is pre-staged. Matt coming out of Prattville, Alabama. And Stevenson from Williamsburg, Indiana. You look at Rick Winchester's piece, and that thing is flawless. Although it would look more flawless, if that's possible, with a quick score. Zane coming up. Zane, the multi-time Stock Eliminator World Champion in his H-Stock Automatic 69 Camaro. And Jeff Cunningham, the 1973 Corvette, in that nice William Gold. Wheelie down there. And Cunningham with the wheel. And Jim Parsons, the 1987 El Camino, 262-inch, that very short stroke, very small bore, small block engine that would make something like 90 to 100 horsepower from the factory. I will say this, Dan Toolmate really need to pull a rabbit out of the hat because Jim Parsons. Mustang, 1395.8 at 92 yes. Lynn Smith from Pontiac, Illinois, 1973 Buick. Smith, an executive with the Velcro Company. He's like the gasket dude. And he calls this car the Bobo Buick. If we got Bobo Camaros, and we might as well have Bobo Buicks. Runner-up, our winner here, moves on to the semi-final round. The 1966 Noble wagon with the 283. That tough as nails for a small block that was a great engine for the performance use. car, and some of you are fans of Pro Mod, and some of you are fans of Pro Stock. You're not a fan of E-motor front-wheel drive stock, and so we got two of them in the water. If you thought the V-Stock, so the Achieva at a 2 cubic inch disadvantage, 138 for the olds, 140. But it's already gone. And the yellow 86 Tempo, romping and stomping its way down the racetrack. 80 of the 1984 variety of Randall Campbell, the 86 C10. 350 the automatic transmission and the sliding rear window for nice cross isolation. Those long mirrors is back up the something untoward happens to it. 1195 with a 0 to 1977 Nova on the Chevrolet side of the right strip. J-Stock automatics appear. Clean and nicely executed J-Stock automatics, I should mention. Bradley hails from Sauk Village, Illinois, and Jim Marshall comes from Indian Land, South Carolina. Making their way up the stage lanes. We have called factory stock to the stage lanes, please. Factory stock. This is not the car we normally see Jim in, although he has a 63 Dodge similar to this one. This is Tom Hoshi's car from Maine. Jim Bailey's driving it. It's 383, big block engine under the hood, and again, it's a 1963 Dodge. Jim Bailey, a former top fuel racer. For instance, the 1980 Murano of Johnny Fisher. The paint job, I gotta find Fisher and find out when it was laid on, or recently it done to look retro, but it is spot on something you would have seen in 1980 when someone was painting a race car. Multiple shades of orange, the way the thing's laid out, it looks awesome right now. There may have been a point in time where people were like, yeah, we stayed in, I think it looks perfect right now. Chris Stevenson, the tipped Indiana racer of 1973 Apollo, does not care about anybody's opinion regarding paint. Executioner is a 1972 Buick Transport with a 350 cubic inch Buick engine. Really nice to see Bob Michael's car out here. You don't see a lot of 1960s. Not exactly the top of the evening. Bob Gear goes 1170 with a 2. City of Champions, Gene Monahan. Steve Zorni and Paul Anderson coming now. Anderson, the K-Stock automatic, 1980 Malibu. Steve Zorni driving the 2003 Dodge. And Pat down in the end-stock automatic 83 Malibu with a 305. In the semi-final round, the Downing Farm well-worn wagon. It has been around the block has been down the street, has been around the world in this car, the world drag racing anyway. The Don Turk. Back in the mid-70s, that was what the GM called their Colonnade styling era. Squaring off against that Pontiac Grand Prix. He'll be doing so in a 1988 Fox Body Mustang. Car he calls so. Could be a bunch of things, but who knows? Maybe a fuel delivery issue here for Sullivan. 13-14 fire shaker with his bearded face stuck up behind her chair. What we're going to do, sir? Version 5.0 of the Super Stang. Goes 13:58. So Bill Owen has a 1.1 second head start. Brianne Philbrick will then release the Kraken, try to chase him down. Whoever gets to the finish line first. .4-liter engine. The modular family of engines from Ford that have proven fearsome in these Cobra Jets. Joe Skill are going to pull out the reaction time and skills that he has honed. Both stock, super stock, terrifying U-stockers coming up next. So good. So good. Factory stock H. Cobra Jet. Yes, it can. Naturally aspirated cars, Joey Wilkes, a 350 under the hood, not a carbureted 350. An LS-based 350 cubic inch engine. Joey Wilkes in the car business from Zanesville, Ohio. Finds a place. He's got a bunch of really cool race cars. He's got a 68 Dart, of course, has his Pontiac Firebird, and now he's got the Cobra. Tim Lowe also in the Cobra. The 2015 model. George, the 2014 model. They are both running in F. First time I got to see Paul race the old top stock class running the IHRA side of the fence years ago. He did very well over there. It was so fun to watch his car's old 69 Camaro run. Or 67, 67. Burbridge reports from North Carolina. And all those nines in fast. Bo Butner and Clarence Harding coming up right now. Bo Butner, a guy who was a winner of the very first factory stock showdown ever held here in the U.S. Masters. And Bo Butner from the 8 mile on, virtually unopposed, goes right into the 2010 Challenger drag pack. Just look at it, absolutely stunning. It running the 426 cubic inch naturally aspirated Gen 3 Heavy for drag packs. What's Brian got under the hood? How about 427 cubic inch? Weekend.
You want to be creative.
Had themselves a busy weekend getting their stuff fixed. So Tyler Castle is pre-stage built in the series where he's from. Around this week. 376 cubic inch engine. You're like, okay, all that sounds normal. But this has the LT engine in it. This is not an LS style motor. It is the LT engine that uses direct fuel injection. 2014 Mustang Cobra Jet. Down comes the super gas the blades, and I'm going to call you again. Super gas to the staging lanes, please. We need super gas to the lanes. Turnkey Automotive, the sponsor for Ricky, and he has that factory style graphic on the car with a big giant Chevrolet bow tie slathered up the rear quarter panel. Novacell sported the local car dealership lettering, which I think is a super cool. Mike Savoy Chevrolet, the dealership name on the door panels of Steve Novacell's Copo. Says 948.5, 139 Saturday by a Corvette. You're buying a V8 on the LT engine family, and that is what's in other words. Shine into the final gun and pray nothing comes breaking through your window. This is a combo here. Tasker running the AA category car with Fakashi running the single A. This is a stick shift car. Now in factory stock, the stick cars and the automatics are in the early safety. The staging lanes from our perch here, there's a lot of cool matchups. Those nines and big cars like Indiana, they were in every category possible. They were in top fuel for a while. Of course, they effectively invented the tunnel ram intake with that crazy old high muddy car they had in C. So Phil Langford The proprietor, the owner, the operator of Gold Rush Trailers. He is from Langhorne, Pennsylvania, and Mike Wagner from Lapeer, Michigan. Places that in the wintertime. Flashing one lane top end, these are heavy with a 426 cubic inch lane model. Have enough 950. Jeff Lopez from Irving, Texas, the 2014 Camaro. Both cars again, 427. And he's got it plugged in and rolling at the stripe. He gets a win light. Memory lives on. The company that bears his name lives on. Jeff Meyer going to proudly sport those colors down the quarter mile right now. Ryan Kirkpatrick. Sam Pierce Chevrolet, the sponsor. Selma, Indiana is home. The two in-state races. Get ready to slug it out. Squaring off against Scott Liversher. He's no good. There is no Scott Liversher up there, so it is Jeff Taylor, a solo act in his 2015 Challenger drag pack. The drag pack car here for Jeff Taylor, the four-time world champion. This is going to be a buy run to get Jeff into the semifinal round. In the factory stock G category. So HA Charlie now. This is a very good drag race. Too close to call it the stripe. It is a whole shot win for Charlie Downing. Under the index during qualifying, went 10.25.7 on his best effort. Don't know what all Condon has in the tank, but we're about to find out. Courtney Force Tranks' funny car making its way down to the return roads. They're going for their 10 crosses down to the square away, ready for their qualifying. It was an appointment she could not break, so Eric Anders will be forfeiting this round. Chris Holbrook on a competition single will take a swing. And once again, problems with this car. He's trying to get through the starting line, kind of hits the two-step. Interviews with live television this weekend. He'll be keeping his eye out on his buddy Brian Herrick. Brian drove this car very well in Chicago. See what we can do out here in Indianapolis. Austin Ford from Spring, Texas. Bridge Oil Field Service and the School of Automotive Machinist and Technology. Got the 5.4 combo in it. 08 was the return year of the Cobra Jet. I say return year because they were invented, they were coined, they were made in 1968. They first showed up at the 68 Winter Nationals, 428 in the Clean House. They were revived. The program started in 2008. running for a buy run here. The winner gets a buy next round. This is a big one. Watson Racing is the company that actually constructs the Cobra Jet Mustangs for Ford. They know these things backwards and forwards. It's the 16 model taking on the first year of the Cobra Jet model, and we have a pair of double X cars in the starting line. Bon Giovanni's car, one of the quickest on the ground, to an 8:43.4 during qualifying. Average has only been 8:80, so Gary's got a big hold of things in the lineup. See how the rest of the games are. Temperamental. We don't see the Cobra Jets typically having as much problem with wheel spin as we do the Copos. That being said, the quickest one of these cars in the world in this style of car is a Copo, and it is inching its way up the staging lanes right now. Some home run hitters up here with Steve Bell and Bill Ann. And 161.
Dude, come on, let's go do the stairs.
Let's not. Randy Eakins and John Allegrucci coming up right now. Both drivers are pre-staged again. Allegrucci. Hurry up there, Randy. And David Barton, the car owned by Gary Wilkes, the engine, of course, done in-house by Ray Barton Racing Engine. David and Ray loving up on the thing. This car is a sledgehammer among sledgehammers. He has out-qualified the rest of the field by basically a tenth of a second at this point when we talk about our Samtec factory stock show. He goes out, flicks it off. Apparently that's what they're looking to do out there. He goes out, or just leave. It wasn't like the car was out of control or anything. He just, of course, the Richardson family, Scotty and Evan, the next generation that's coming through, like genetically talented sports. Tumble game out here. This is stuff that's being worked to the very end.